What's up, dudes? How are y'all? What's up? Ugh. Happy Tuesday, dudes. What are we watching today? Please, nothing that's an hour. Be great. That's all I ask. Simple request. Please. If that's the case, I might as well just go to the theater. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna check the list here in a second. I'm not sure if I put stuff on there, but I'm gonna check. So much shit. Noelani, what's good? Just considering to save up for a Plymouth satellite. Can't even drive? Why? You just can't, or you don't want to? Alright. Go here. Alright. Oh, yeah, that's probably a good reason for not being able to drive. So maybe don't make that purchase, since you won't be able to use it anyways. Kind of reminds me of a homie I used to have. He was addicted to getting DUIs. And this dumb, moronic, retarded, low IQ, missing chromosome, stupid bastard decided that after his third DUI, he wanted to buy a motorcycle. And on top of buying a motorcycle, he bought a boat. And on top of a boat, he put a down payment on a new car. Guess what? He couldn't drive any of these things at all. Idiot. I was just like, do you like being stupid? I think this is like, if being stupid was a pro sport, bro, you'd be LeBron James of it. Like, are you stupid? I think so. Maybe. Yo, Kevin, what's good? Let's see. Damn. All right. I remember. Okay. Hmm. Vince, I'm starting off with yours first because I don't want to watch yours last. It's too long. So we're doing this right now. Everything else seems like it's normal, except for this one. Alright. The best and worst games of 2023. I could give a shit, but we'll watch it. I'm just being honest. I could really give a shit about the best and the worst games. I only play one game, and I don't plan on playing any of the best ones in here. I only play one game, it's Warframe, and then I plan on playing Monster Hunter, and I don't really plan on playing anything other than that at all, ever, for the rest of the time, for the foreseeable future. I just don't care. But gaming, really? I only play one game, and y'all don't. Y'all don't even care about the game. That's why I don't talk about it. To give a shit about other games would be a colossal waste of my time. Because no games are good. The best games probably have at least 17 things wrong with it at launch. So, that. And it's probably garbage when it releases, and it takes like a day one patch and like 3 months for them to fucking incrementally fix everything that was fucked up that should have worked from the goddamn beginning.
Love what you find.
But they're the best games, right? Right.
Only at Total Wine and More.
They're the best games after being out for a year, if you put it that way. If you put it that
2023
way, then yeah.
will go down.
Will it go down? That's probably what they said about 2022 and 2021. 2020 will go down as the best year for games. Not really. It's funny how we can have these like best games, but at the same time constantly have like, this game is bad, this industry is bad, this developer is bad, this publisher is bad, everything's bad, but we got the best games. No, I think they're all shit, and after a year of being out, then they become good, because that's what they sell you. They sell you a puzzle with like 37 missing pieces. They'll give you those 37 missing pieces via DLC. Anyways, sorry. That's my 2 cents about gaming.
As one of the craziest and most entertaining years in gaming history. 2023 was a year of extremes. We reached new heights.
Funny, I heard the same thing about 2022 and 1 and 20 and 19 and 18, and I'm pretty sure next year we'll say the same shit about this dying fucking... Okay.
With Baldur's Gate 3, and we sunk to new lows with The Day Before, which has allowed scientists to discover a layer of Earth beneath the inner core. I don't even know how that's possible. As developers in the industry continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, other developers push the boundaries of what they can get away with. Baldur's Gate 3 and The Day Before are like our north and south poles. You can put every other game released this year in between these two. And as we move onwards into 2024, I thought it'd be fun to look back at every accomplishment and failure in the world of gaming. These are the best and worst games of 2023. Although our first topic isn't a video game, it is based on one. The Last of Us TV show premiered on HBO early this year. I knew the show was good because my parents, who haven't played video games since the NES, asked me if I had heard about it. The marketing must have been phenomenal if it could capture the attention of my parents.
You're a weird kid.
You're a weird kid.
It sounds like Sony managed to make a show based off a video game that appealed to a broader audience. I wonder how they did that. It couldn't possibly be as simple as faithfully adapting the incredible source material to a television format, right? Oh, interesting. Season 2 of the Halo TV show comes out in February. Don't know why I brought that up. Last of Us was amazing. Nominated for 24
You like reminding yourself of all the cancer that surrounds you, I guess. I think that's why.
Primetime Emmys, and it became one of the biggest shows in HBO history. That success is well earned, and The Last of Us demonstrates what can be achieved when you properly adapt a beloved video game into a TV series. But the first major game release this year showed everyone why some...
Imagine. The one fucking show. The one show that actually did the video game justice, and vice versa. Isn't even a video game I fucking like or want to play or even care about playing. Last of Us, I don't care. which is unfortunate because there's been plenty of shows that came out about video games prior to The Last of Us that just blew fucking monkey ass. And of course, it's the one show about the game that I don't like, that I don't want to play, that I don't care about. Of course it's that. It couldn't be about something I do like. Never. Never, never.
Sometimes it's okay to have a silent protagonist.
I just move shit with my mind.
Perhaps our connection has somehow awoken some abilities.
I just moved shit with my mind.
I just keep hearing I.
I just move shit with my freaking mind! Yeah, okay, that is something I do now. I do magic, talk to sentient cuffs, kill jacked up beasts. You know what? I'll probably fly next.
Now you're just being ridiculous.
So, like, let me get this straight. I'm, like, recording a video right now that I'm gonna post to my YouTube channel, and people are gonna watch it. That's just, like, something I do now. Although the combat and traversal in Forspoken looks kind of cool, what's not cool is being subjected to nuclear
Oh, are we not talking about The Last of Us anymore? Oh, we just, like, segued into a whole new game. All right.
levels of cringe every time the main character opens her mouth. Guess that's why they called it Forspoken, because it should have been forbidden to have spoken dialogue this bad.
Hey, that really sucked!
Forspoken was lampooned and memed into oblivion, and that's
I didn't even know this game existed, so it makes sense why it's bad.
pretty much all it's going to be remembered for. It's like the Morbius of video games. A lot of people wanted to experience it just to know for themselves how bad it really was. This is one of those games where the content and videos made about it are more entertaining than the game itself.
That is something I do now. I do magic, talk to sentient cuffs, kill jacked up beasts.
After Forspoken's poor sales numbers, the studio behind the game, Luminous Productions, would shut down on May 1st, which is kind of sad, but at least we got the worst game of 2023 out of our system early, right? Right? It can't possibly get worse. Luckily, the very next day, a miracle occurred. An amazing, unique Xbox exclusive was announced during the Xbox Bethesda showcase, and then it was released on the same day?
I don't believe it!
I give Hi-Fi Rush the
What are we doing now? Hi-Fi? Okay.
most
I don't know what
pleasant
this is either.
surprise award, because it's pretty shocking that an action rhythm game would have mainstream appeal, especially after the rhythm genre got milked to death in the late 2000s and everyone got fucking sick of it. It is somewhat interesting that the protagonists and trailers for Hi-Fi Rush and Forspoken are similar, because they're both trying to sell you a main character with attitude. So why does Hi-Fi Rush get critical acclaim and Forspoken becomes a laughing stock? Well, making a good video game has something to do with it, but it's also because Chaya is much more likable and he's not constantly trying to tell us how cool he is. Hi-Fi Rush has a similar art style to games like Jet Set Radio Future
I
and
was literally about to say Jet Set Radio Future. I played the shit out of Jet Set Radio Future. It was so good. I played it as a kid. And it reminds me of another game that came out. What was it called? It was Jump Set something. What the fuck was It was like one of the first games that came out for the next gen console on the Xbox. Like the OG Xbox One, like the first one, the big black brick. Kind of looked like its OG predecessor. Oh my god, I can't remember what it was called, but I'll remember it here in a second. Jet Set Radio Future was great.
Beautiful Joe. It's a visual style that, if done right, will look good for decades. It was nominated for 5 different categories at the Game Awards, and I'm happy it earned at least one. Titles like Hi-Fi Rush that are this unique deserve to succeed and be celebrated. The day after Hi-Fi Rush came out, we got what is arguably the best indie title of 2023, Pizza Tower. Made as a love letter for fans of the Wario Land series, Pizza Tower successfully captures the identity of those games. It acts as an unofficial spiritual successor. Nintendo hasn't made a Wario Land type game since 2008, so this has filled a market that Nintendo hasn't been willing to tap. Pizza Tower was nominated for Best Indie Game Debut, but lost to Cocoon. Still, that's one hell of a debut. With 98% positive reviews on Steam, it's nice to see indie titles like this get the praise and recognition they deserve. I don't know why, but this week in January was just fucking loaded with games to talk about. The day after Pizza Tower came something I've wanted for years.
Sunset Overdrive. That was the name of the game. That's what it reminded me of. A combination of Jet Set Radio Future or Jet Set Radio Feature and Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive was one of the first games that came out on the Xbox, I believe, because I played the shit out of it. It was fun for a while, I think. And then I believe Destiny came out like right around the corner, so I kind of just like stopped playing that. But yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
Dead Space
It
remake.
was fun for a while.
Yes! Oh, fuck yeah! Yeah! Kill now!
Hate YouTube ads? You need this Chrome extension. I feel like I just found a Google cheat code. This Chrome extension lets you.
And thank the marker, this did not disappoint. Well, the only disappointment was the story, which I felt the dialogue and delivery were not as strong as the original, but everything else was an upgrade. This was my ideal kind of remake, one that keeps all of the best parts, but expands on it and takes liberties to give us more of what we loved. The changes to Zero-G were awesome, as were the new areas and changes to the trans system, which unlike the original didn't lock you into one area throughout a level. For any games in this list that I made a video on, you could check the description if you want to hear more. Would you like to know more? The first Dead Space is a masterpiece, and luckily, so is the remake. 2023 was a pretty good year for remakes and remasters, and Nintendo finally decided to remaster the 10th highest rated game of all time on Metacritic, Metroid Prime. I'm still kind of shocked that a Metroid game is held in such high regard despite its relative obscurity compared to other Nintendo IPs, and although the price tag might be a little questionable, this remaster was long overdue. Now if they remake—
I played this game as a fucking kid, and yeah, I remember like growing up, I never thought to myself, man, you know, Metroid Prime needs a remaster or something like that. I don't know. It was just one of those games I played a long time ago. And I was just like, this is a game for this time. This game doesn't need to be propelled into the... At least that was my thought. This game doesn't need to be propelled in the future. It's good where it is, I feel. I don't know.
Make Metroid Fusion, I'm gonna shit my pants. Oh boy, this was easily...
But again, I'm not like a super fan. Man, I'm just... Hogwarts Legacy, I truly don't care.
Really the most controversial
Love the movies, but as far as a video game, I don't think I could.
game released this year, Hogwarts Legacy. What's life without a little drama, right? Hogwarts Legacy sparked...
Which is so strange. You would think I would like this game, right? And would want to play it? Nope, not really, man. I'm good with the movies, man. And if I get super bored, I'll go back and read the books, because I never read the books. But, yeah...
a massive boycott because some people don't like what J.K. Rowling has been saying recently. And
I have no idea what that is about. I just don't want to play it because I don't give a fuck about a Harry Potter video game. Really. I'm more inclined to play that Hi-Fi Rush than Harry Potter. Really. I don't even know what J.K. said. And to be honest, I don't even want to know. It doesn't matter. Who cares? So...
And because we have no concept of game development, well, let's throw all the developers under the same bus and just assume they think and believe all the things that she does. It baffles me that some people are incapable of separating art from the artist. You can absolutely
that's what I be saying all the time. Compartmentalization. You can separate someone's talent from who they are as a person. I say it so many times, and I sound like a broken record. Bro, you can appreciate someone's talent and you can hate who they are as a person. You can, but you can still appreciate the talent and stuff like that. I say that all the time, man. There's actors that there's actors, celebrities that I think are absolute buffoons. I think Tom Hanks is a buffoon, but he is a fantastic actor, man. And if he plays in a good movie, I'll watch his movie because I can compartmentalize between the two things. The thing is an idiot for sure. Would I have a beer with him? Absolutely not. But you can still appreciate the art, man. Someone makes something good, it's good, right? If it comes out that Leonardo da Vinci was actually secretly a kid toucher, that doesn't make his paintings any... That doesn't make his work any less than what it was. He's just now a piece of shit, that's it. But he's still an amazing painter.
Disagree with everything JK has been saying and still enjoy Hogwarts Legacy for what it is. The whole boycott illustrated that external politics in the real world should not invade the process of reviewing a game based on its own merits. This boycott backfired spectacularly, inadvertently giving the game more press and attention, making it one of the most successful titles released this year. For fans of...
That's the the price you pay when you try to do stuff like this. When you try to cancel something or boycott it, it'll reach the masses, and you know what the masses are gonna say? See, when people try to do this, they try to boycott, they think that people are gonna jump on their side willy-nilly without asking any questions. And what happens in the case of a boycott is the normal, average, normal thinking person is going to see this boycott and they're gonna be like, boycott, huh? Well, let me at least see what this is about. Let me at least see what the fuss is, right? And then they check it out and they realize, oh, this is actually great. I don't even know why you're mad. You're a fucking idiot. Cool. Right. That's kind of how it goes. So you always run the risk of doing that when you try to boycott something, is you project it higher into the limelight and you project it to more people. And you project it to so many people that those people wouldn't have even known about the game had you not started this boycott nonsense. They would have never even known, they would have never even purchased it. But now, because of you, because you made such a big deal about it, they know about the game, and they're going to try the game, and they might even like the game, and look at you. 1.2 billion, I guess, in revenue. So, yeah. Did you really do anything with your boycott? Not really, man. Just a whole bunch of soft little fairies outside screaming.
More press and attention, making it one of the most successful titles released this year. For fans of Harry Potter, it was pretty much a dream come true. Aside from all those movie tie-in games, which were a coin flip if they'd be good or dog shit, this was the first time people had a chance to really immerse themselves in the world of Harry Potter and in Hogwarts, to explore all the memorable, iconic locations from the films and the books.
How much freedom do you actually have in the game? Because the way that I'm looking at it, the way that the game seems to me, it seems like you're just locked in. Like, it's very linear. You're locked into certain things and going certain places and talking to certain people. It almost seems like one of those games where like how much freedom do you actually have in the game to do shit? Because from the outside looking in, it just looks like one of those Call of Duty missions, right? Where it's like really cinematic and you're jumping out of a helicopter and you're rappelling and you go into a tank and you shoot the tank and you're thinking, oh, I can do all these things. But no, not really. You just hit the X button a couple times and then the cinematic plays out and then that's it. Then they call it interactive. But, like, that's why, like, if there's not that much interaction, this ain't for me, really, bro. Like, it just seems like one of those games that's like a story that you just go here, listen to some dialogue, watch some stuff, and for some people that may be fun, right? But not so much for me.
To fly around an open world RPG on a broom. I mean, what more could you ask for? It was pretty magical. Hogwarts Legacy made a shitload of money and broke records for most watched single player game on Twitch of all time, selling over 15 million copies and earning more than $1 billion. Hogwarts Legacy proves that the world of Harry Potter still resonates with people, even 16 years after the last book came out. 2023 would be the comeback year for many games people had.
The last book came out 16 years ago? Dear God. That makes sense. I'm old, really. It makes sense because the first Harry Potter book came out when I was like in fucking second grade, I think. Because our teacher was a huge Harry Potter fan, and she bought the first book. She made the whole class read it. We each had to read like a couple of pages or some shit. Damn.
Previously given up on. Halo Infinite is a good example.
Garbage.
It has made a startling comeback ever since the old leadership was
Oh, see, there you go. That's the type of shit I hate right there. A startling comeback. I'm so tired of the comeback. I don't want a comeback. I want your game to be good the day that I bought it. Not 1, 2, 3 years later. That's what I hate about gaming. Right here. Oh, it came out December 2022, but by 2025, it was a masterpiece. That's so gay. Bro, really. That's the only way I can describe it. It's lame. It makes me not even want to play anything.
and removed from 343. And now the game is getting consistent updates that are substantial and really good.
That makes no difference to me, though. You see what I'm saying? It makes no difference. I bought the game 3 years before this point, and it was ass. I don't like that, bro. Get your shit together and put out something good the day of. If not, fuck you. I'm not doing it. I'm not going back to the game. I'm not revisiting it. You had your chance. You dropped the ball. Blow it out your ass. And so many people, they give the benefit of the doubt. Oh yeah, I'll go back to the game. You kind of you fucked me on $70 2.5 years ago. Yeah, let's give you another chance.
He even added Firefight, man. I mean, that's bravo. I'm glad I gave Halo Infinite another shot. And I think it deserved a nomination at the Game Awards for either Best Ongoing or Best Community Support. Like, how the fuck did Destiny 2 get a nomination? Bungie has been imploding recently. Things are looking up for Halo fans, but 343 will need some kind of X factor if they want this game to hit mainstream again. As someone who
I have a stellar idea. I have a stellar idea on how you can get your game to, like, you know, be good for a long period of time. Release it complete. Just an idea, just a thought, just spitballing here. I'm not a fucking genius or anything, but release it complete.
Doors, Dead Space, and Resident Evil 4, 2023 gave me more than I could have dreamed of. The RE4 remake did exactly what I wanted it to. RE4 was lightning captured in a bottle, impossible to replicate. And although I prefer some of the voice acting and dialogue in the original, this is as good as you can get to recapturing that same lightning.
Resident Evil 5 is my favorite Resident Evil of all time. I don't even know if I played 4, but I played the shit out of 5. I beat every single difficulty. Easy, hard, super hard, whatever the fuck they were called, I beat all of them.
Leon was given a bounty of phenomenal one-liners to spout off constantly. They really dived into the campy nature of the game, and the combat was fucking amazing. The Mercenaries mode, incredible, and they recently released Separate Ways DLC. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's bingo night. We also got to finally see the Super Mario movie. It was so cool.
That was
Despite
good.
the jokes we all made when all the voice actors
I did like the Super Mario movie, the new one. I thought that shit was really good. I enjoyed
were
it.
revealed, they did phenomenal jobs. And for what it was, I thought this was a great video game movie. Apparently so did a lot of people because it made like over $1 billion. I
enjoyed it.
If you're gonna keep making good movies, I'm gonna keep paying to see them. So let's get a Legend of Zelda film, shall we? Maybe? Jedi Survivors.
No faith. Legend of Zelda series? I have no faith. And I'm going to be as pessimistic as humanly possible about this idea. Because it's gonna fail. It's gonna tank. Some fucking dumbass from Hollywood is gonna take that IP. It's gonna take Zelda and is gonna bastardize it. And is gonna make it dumb and stupid and woke. And it's gonna be another failure just like Halo. Just like Lord of the Rings. Just like She-Hulk. Just like all this trash. No faith. No faith. I don't believe if it gets made, trash, fail, L, right off rip, first episode, tanks. But that's just me though. I mean, we'll see.
Another game on my backlog. Although I'm sure it's just as good, if not better than Fallen Order, Survivor was plagued by performance issues at release. I believe this was exclusively on PC.
But XMC, why can't you just be positive? Why can't you just be hopeful? Because this industry has taken all my positivity and my hopefulness and they have shit on it. That's why. Stop asking me stupid questions.
Because, like, nobody's computer was strong enough to run this game properly. Still, that only seemed to be a temporary setback, and let me just say, I love that this is the new style of Star Wars single-player games. Keep them coming. The reason Star Wars Jedi Survivor is on my backlog is because I spent time instead playing Redfall, a game so bad that not even the developers at Arcane wanted to make it. They thought it would be canceled. I don't know why it wasn't. The game featured brain-dead AI that predated the original Doom. Yes, the one from 1993. Graphics that failed to impress, and a general lack of fun, combat, things that make a video game feel like a video game. It all made Redfall one of the most boring titles I'd played this year.
No fun allowed. No fun allowed.
Redfall was a red fail, and much like Forspoken, most of its entertainment value came from making fun of the game. This is especially concerning if this is the type of first-party products that Xbox is going to push out there and market as Xbox exclusives. I mean, Redfall's presence on Steam is
Oh, that's not.
Xbox exclusives. I mean, Redfall's presence on Steam is
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I hope all these players are using your store. Otherwise, what's the point? We're pretty much losing money keeping these servers up, I think.
I don't think any update is going to salvage this game. And in my review, I said, I think we should start making predictions on what's going to win worst game of the year. Well, ain't no point making predictions because, ladies and gentlemen, this year, it's Redfall.
Are you sure about that?
I never imagined that this clip would age poorly. Breath of the Wild is one of the best-selling video games of all time. So Nintendo saw that and was like, well, let's do that again. So they did. Tears of the Kingdom is pushing the hardware of the Switch to its absolute limits. And Nintendo continues to prove that creativity is...
My sister has this game and she's let me play it. And yeah, the graphics on the Switch, it's pretty insane. Just the size of this thing is not that big, but it's pretty impressive. The graphics this game has on that system
is more important than raw power. You just have to imagine what kind of games they could be making
if it was on like PS5, PC, like some crazy shit with like ray tracing and the whole nine with new PC stuff. Yeah, it'd be insane.
If they made a new Switch with the same level of power as the PS5 or Series X. Tears also continues the long-standing tradition of main Zelda games being universally loved by everyone. The new building and...
That is true, bro. I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk bad about Zelda. Aside from like giving a review and they say things like, oh, this could have used some work, or this was a bug, or this like that. Outside of just like normal shit that gamers give feedback on, I've never heard anyone really like actually talk awful or speak poorly about this game. I played it as a kid. It didn't hold my attention as I grew older into an adult, so that's just why I don't play it. But I liked what I played all those years ago, right? So, yeah.
Crafting mechanics were a great gimmick. It's kind of like a modern day Majora's Mask in that its predecessor was so fucking good.
Oh, I remember Majora's Mask because that's another game that my sister wanted me to play with her, and I played it with her a couple times. Or she let me play a couple times. She really tried to put me onto Zelda, but I was just too much into other shit, really. Me and my sister's taste in video games vary greatly, and she plays as much video games as I do.
They didn't need to build a new foundation or change much about it in the sequel. Just add some new bells, whistles, gimmicks, and critical acclaim awaits ye. I love when developers know what we want and love and just opt to give us more of it instead of trying to reinvent the wheel. So many good games came out this year, man. But The Lord of the Rings Gollum is not one of them. The Gollum game is so awful that the developers couldn't even spell the title right in their apology post. We would like to sincerely apologize for the underwhelming experience many of you have had with The Lord of Ring Gollum.
Lord.
This video is sponsored by Porofessor, which is an app and overlay that gives you a huge advantage when you play League. So you can use it to...
Damn.
The Lord of Ring.
The Lord of Ring.
Do I need to say anything
what?
more? I mean, that kind of...
Honestly, I feel like that's it. I feel like that's better. Really. To be honest. It's so stupid that it's actually good, I feel. The Lord of Ring. Kind of has a... It rolls off the tongue well, the Lord of Ring. The Lord of Ring. Right? I don't know.
Sums it up. Gollum was picked by many as the absolute worst game of this year. But it wasn't. The developers Daedalic canceled plans for a second Lord of the Rings game and shut down their development division. Probably the wise choice. 2023 was filled with many long-awaited sequels, and 7 years after the last main entry, Street Fighter would make its triumphant return. I've never been the biggest fan of traditional fighting games, but Street Fighter 6 was very addicting. Last time I played a new Street Fighter was 4, and I didn't have a fucking clue how to do any special moves. But rejoice!
The last time I played a Street Fighter, I think I was 4. Really? Nah. Last Street Fighter I played was, I don't know, man. I was young. Like young. Like the last Street Fighter I played, bro, it was pixelated. The graphics were pixelated. That's how long it's been since I've played a Street Fighter game. Old. Long time ago.
Fellow noobs like me.
And I can't play these games. And I played all of them. I played Street Fighter, I played Tekken, I played Dead or Alive. I played all those games when I was a kid. But then when I was a kid, there was no multiplayer. There was no one to play against, right? And I was pretty decent playing against the computer and like the AI and like harder difficulties. But once it came to playing against actual people, bro, I was not that good. And I realized very quickly that I was not that good. There's some players for these fighting games that are just insanely talented at it. And I was like, you know what? I don't really care too much for multiplayer. And when it comes to these fighting games these days, that's kind of all it is. Do these fighting games even have a campaign or a story that you can go through anymore? I don't know. It's been ages since I played. And these days, that's all that people really opt to want to do is just play against each other. And I don't really like that. Not in that genre of gaming. Mainly because just a fighter, and it's not my favorite genre. And on top of that, I just suck at it.
For Capcom added a control scheme that makes the game accessible to degenerates like you and me. It also helps that the online modes seem to work from day one, which you can't say about every fighting game. Also, the fact that they let you create and fight with your own abomination is just perfection. I hope Street Fighter fans are happy with this one, because Diablo fans, on the other hand, do not seem happy with their long-awaited sequel, Diablo 4. As one famous YouTube comment wrote, "Doesn't matter, you bought and supported Blizzard. You deserve a bad game." I must have been high on crack, methamphetamines, and PCP the day I bought D4, because some part of me felt like I would get to experience the same thrill and excitement I felt from the first two games. I completely...
Wasn't Diablo 4 a mobile game? Huh? Isn't that what they said? Isn't that what they said? It was a mobile game. Right? And traditionally, Diablo was what for the PC? Right? I think you should have known right then and there what it was going to be. They said mobile. And what do mobile games do more than anything else? Bro, they fucking do microtransactions. They do pay to win. That's how every mobile game is. I'm almost pretty sure this game was mobile.
I forgot that Activision Blizzard these days only pumps out soulless factory line garbage, devoid of passion, life, and respect for its fan base and franchises. Most of Blizzard's existing fan base, I feel, are people like me who stick around in vain, desperately trying to relive the glory days. Those days are long gone, unfortunately. Diablo 4 was fun at first, but it quickly became apparent that the game was as wide as an ocean, deep as a puddle, designed more to exploit the player than to give them enjoyment worth $70. Every rotten tactic you can think of was used to artificially increase player retention.
Oh no, it wasn't on mobile. There was a Diablo game that they released on mobile and people were pissed. I thought this was it. I guess I'm wrong. This was on PC. $70, huh? That's wild.
And these tactics don't work on me because
$70 should not have this. Know what I mean? That's crazy. This is what mobile games do. And for a mobile game, it makes sense. You want to know why it makes sense for a mobile game? Because that mobile game is free. It's free to download. It's free to play up to a certain point. And in these mobile games, you could reach the pinnacle. You could reach the max without spending any of this money. It would just take you about 5 years to do it. So you don't actually have to pay this shit in a mobile game. But you could if you wanted to. And that's what it's there for, because the game is free. For a $70 title, this should be illegal. Bro, like... But then again, as long as you're not selling power, weapons, shit like that, which you probably are, and as long as you can't use these power-ups and weapons and new gear that you spend actual real-world money on to face other players and beat other players because of the money that you spent, then I guess whatever. But it's a lame-ass tactic that not a lot of players see whenever that's staring at them in the face. Just a slap in the face, really.
Because the best tactic is to just make a fun video game. While franchises like Zelda, Pikmin, Street Fighter, and Dead Space can take 5+ years to release a new game,
Yeah.
they make it worth it. They make it for the fans. Blizzard does not. And Diablo 4 is one of my 3 nominees for most disappointing game this year. By the rings. A new Pikmin game? After an entire decade, the
Activision
patience of
does the same
Pikmin fans
shit.
has paid off. For many years, Shigeru Miyamoto had been teasing us, even going as far back as 2015, when he said the game was nearly complete. That was 8 years ago, but I remember your famous quote, and the game is fantastic, so I'll let it slide. A lot of people speculated that Pikmin 4 was just going to be vaporware, something that they would...
This is another common trend in gaming. Our game has been in development for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10+ years. Stop saying this. Because every single fucking developer and publisher that I've heard say this, you release your game and it's dog shit. And it's just like, what were you doing for these 8 years? Anthem? What were you doing for these 7 to 8 years? Activision? What were you doing? Fucking nothing. Literally, fuck all. Man, like, I hate it. I hate that part.
talk about, but never actually finish, and I'm glad they did. Hear ye, hear ye! The game of the year is here! Baldur's Gate 3 somehow managed...
Just because a developer says, guys, our game has been in development for 5 years doesn't mean it's good. Stop believing these motherfuckers at, like, the drop of a hat. Stop believing them at face fucking value. I don't care how long you've worked on it, man. That doesn't mean anything. And it means nothing to me when you release garbage and trash. It's...
to break into the...
Another example. These fucks from Bethesda. We got this studio working on Fallout 76. We got this studio working on Fallout 76. We got this studio, and it's all hands on deck for this massive project, and it releases, and it's garbage. So you were just saying shit, really, the entire time. You were just speaking out your ass and hoping that dumb gamers would believe you. Well, guess what? It worked. It worked.
The top 20 games on Metacritic of all time. That's no easy feat. Everything about this game is fantastic. It represents years and years of investment and talent from Larian Studios. While there is some discourse around whether or not people enjoy this style of turn-based gameplay, spoiler, I prefer Divinity Original Sin 2. But what I think everyone agrees on is that the RPG mechanics in Baldur's Gate 3 are perfection.
My sister actually highly recommended this game, Baldur's Gate. She highly recommended this game to me and told me that I should play it. Above Zelda, above fucking everything else that she plays, and like, she told me to play Baldur's Gate.
It's everything I've loved about like KOTOR, Dragon Age, Mass Effect. Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be a landmark title for a long time, a benchmark that many others will try to hit, but very few will ever reach. Just 2 months after D4's release, Blizzard would continue their long streak of disappointing fans, overpromising features, not delivering them. Oops, you fucked up again.
Oh, Overwatch. Trash. Trash.
I mean, Overwatch is always going to be fun. I can play it right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun for about like 5 whole minutes. And that was pretty much my experience with the first Overwatch. When the first Overwatch came out, I was fresh off of Battleborn, right? So this style of game, this style of gameplay, I was used to it. And then I played Overwatch, and then I played for about like, I don't know, 1-2 months. And then I stopped, and then every now and again, my friends would be like, yo, let's play some Overwatch. And I'd go back and play because I didn't want to play anything else by myself, so I just went and played with them, begrudgingly. And so, yeah, but Overwatch got stale as shit for me. Overwatch 1. And then, I don't know, I was just hoping there would have been more to the game aside from just multiplayer. You got so many characters. You got this world that you got this entire world that you built that seems interesting that I want to explore, but you can't. You just got to pick one fucking character and play multiplayer. It kind of reminded me of Titanfall a little bit, because I was excited about Titanfall. Like, hell yeah, mechs and pilots and PvP and PvE and doing missions and shit like that and hard endgame content. Nope, none of that. It was just PvP, with the narrative of the story interwoven into the PvP matches, which was unique and interesting at the time, but it just really didn't like, okay, this is it? Is this it? That's it? Okay, cool. Right? So
and have a good time, but lying about features, promoting this PvE mode that you never intended on finishing, using that to promote the game, it's just all this
and
shit.
The PvE's not even in the game yet? Christ.
Around Overwatch.
Maybe it
2,
is.
just
I don't know. I don't keep up with Overwatch at all. That game died for me a long time ago.
Left a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, this really was one of the laziest sequels I'd ever seen. And I play Call of Duty, okay? Like,
every sequel is lazy for that fucking game.
Most of Blizzard's recent games, Overwatch 2 released to overwhelming dislike. They scrapped the thing most people wanted, which was a PvE mode, a story, some semblance of a campaign. Now, allegedly, Overwatch 2 only came out because the higher-ups at...
That's exactly what I wanted, you know, like 15 years ago, 10 years ago, whenever the first Overwatch came out, but no. I think it was 10 years ago that Overwatch came out. Didn't Overwatch come out like 2014? Something like that? 2013? I think it was 2014, 2015 maybe, that Overwatch came out.
Activision and Blizzard wanted to make the company appear...
No, I'm absolutely right, Tracy. That's Call of Duty in a nutshell. It's all lazy. I guarantee you that Call of Duty puts more effort and time and care into their store than they do into the actual game. I can almost guarantee it. I'm willing to bet my left testicle that they put more time, effort, energy, blood, sweat, and tears into the store than they do into the actual game itself. Man, I've played many of Call of Duties. I played the very first Call of Duties decades ago. What is now and what was then is not the same. It's not. So, yeah.
More valuable as they awaited the merge into Microsoft. I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. From Software also threw us a curveball, releasing Armored Core 6: Fires of Rubicon. I reckon I'm one of many who decided to try this.
I had a friend that played this because he liked the whole mech thing, but I did the whole mech thing in Titanfall, and the mechs in Titanfall I feel are like superior. I've never played any other mech games, but Titanfall just felt so good to me. It really did. The controls felt good, the movement felt good, the shooting felt good, the guns felt good, piloting, everything, wall running, the abilities, everything was great with Titanfall. So as far as mech games, I couldn't bring myself to play anything else because I was like, man, this just seems like the best thing ever. This just seems perfect. So
game out simply on From Software's reputation after falling in love with their Souls games, and it's pretty good. Kind of reminded me of Custom Robo, the way you can change all your mech's weapons. It's a lot of fun. The only downside is the story's non-existent, but do I even care? Not really. I just want to shoot robots. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's a good point, man. Some games don't need a story. Some games are just fun, man, on their own. And you can make your own story about whatever it is that you're playing. But I mean, there's no reason to, you don't have to get mad, Tracy. Some of my favorite games have fucking problems too. Like one of my favorite games of all time that I put the most hours into out of any game I've ever played is Destiny. And looking back on it, about 75% of that game was fucking trash. About 75% of that game was fucking bullshit. And I didn't really see it when I first started playing it. It's that game right there that opened my eyes really to the entire bullshit of the gaming industry and how it operates and how it works. It was Destiny that did that for me, right? I look fondly back on that game and, you know, my memories with my friends, but I can't sit here and lie to someone or just, I don't know, not tell the whole truth about how I feel just because I like the game, right? If someone asked me about Destiny, you know what I would tell them? Do not play it. Do not get involved. Do not waste your time. Do not invest anything in this game at all. And it's one of my favorite games, but I don't recommend it to fucking anybody. You'll throw away money, your life, time for fucking nothing. For literally fucking nothing. And it's not like other games where you put a whole bunch of time in and you actually get something out of it. With Destiny, you get nothing. man. And just like the microtransactions in Call of Duty, you get nothing. You want to know why? Because guess what? Next game, all those little microtransactions and those skins and that shit you bought, they don't even go to the next game. So it's just like, I would love it, and I would probably play Call of Duty more if what I earned in this game carried over to that game. But what I earn and buy in this game doesn't carry to that game. So I'm having to repurchase brand new shit just because it's a new game. I like games with continuity. Games that reward my playtime in future installments, or just like in future DLCs or future content, but everything gets devalued and made obsolete when the next game comes out. You know, the same thing plagues the sports games. Hockey, basketball, football, all that shit, right? You spend all this money for an amazing team or amazing players, and then the next year, all that money you spent literally means fuck all. It means fuck all. That's why I don't spend any money in Assassin's Creed games, because every single year there's a new game with new shit, and I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that every time. That money adds up for me, and so no, that's just my whole thing, really. Going from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, it should be everything, really. To be honest, it should that's not enough of a selling point for me. It needs to be everything. Really. But I don't even think that they can make that happen, to be honest. Like, you know how cool it would be if I could like use my weapon skins and like the operators that I had in Black Ops 2 in newer Call of Duties? Man, you know how great it would be if they brought back one of the most popular features from Black Ops into Call of Duty today? Remember the emblem system where you could make your emblem and have it on your profile in Black Ops days? You can't even do that anymore in any Call of Duty. And that was like one of the most beloved features in that Call of Duty. And they took it away. They removed a feature that you paid for, that you paid money for, and they took it away. They removed it. And they never added it to any other Call of Duty. That's not adding value. That's removing value from your product for future sale. That's garbage. That is garbage design. That is garbage business practice. It just is in every sense of the word.
Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 are two of the nominees for most disappointing game this year, but Starfield is the winner. Now, don't get me wrong, I think this game offers a much better single-player experience.
Starfield. This game will be phenomenal around 2026. Mark my words. 2026, we're going to watch a video by the Act Man. And the title of the video is going to be Top 10 List of Games That Completely Redeemed Themselves. And Starfield's going to be number one. Watch. Give it time. That's how these things go. I know. I already know how they go.
In Diablo 4, there are times when I've had a lot of fun with it. But like Diablo 4, the longer I played, the more boring it became. Which is kind of what you expect from most games. And the reason I think it's the...
No, not really. I'm playing a game right now that the more I play, the more fun I have. And the game goes by the name of fucking Warframe. You know the best part about this game? It's free. And it has more content than any of the fucking games that you've mentioned in the past 18 minutes.
The most disappointing game is because people expected a lot from Bethesda. I didn't care for Fallout 76.
I think it's crazy that people still expect things from Bethesda after Fallout 76. Do you motherfuckers that like Bethesda, do you not learn your lesson? Are you a glutton for punishment? Are you a sucker for pain? Do you like getting punched in the dick repeatedly? My word. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Explain it to me. Because goddamn, bro, you just keep giving these motherfuckers the benefit of the doubt over and over again. It's wild.
6 or Fallout 4. So I've been waiting a long time to play another true Bethesda RPG. I don't think it's a bad video game, but it is quite mediocre, and it runs its course way quicker than any of the other.
I thought that mediocre was legit the direct definition of bad, but
Bethesda RPGs I've played. It was also very controversial. I mean, a lot of people love it. Others really hate it. I think given all the time they had and the expectations around Bethesda games,
I think that the people that love this game wanted this game so bad that they're willing to overlook all of the problems that it has. And I actually understand how that goes, right? I understand that. Because once upon a time, I used to watch a TV show called The Flash. And you couldn't tell me shit about this show. I thought it was the greatest thing in the world. And then some years go by, I grow up, I mature, and I realize, wow, that was fucking garbage. Holy shit. And so maybe the people that do like Starfield, they like it now because it's all they have. The reason I love the Flash TV show so much is because we never had a Flash TV show. So I was willing to make excuses for the show being bad because it's all I had. There was nothing else about the Flash, so I had to watch it. I was like, I'm never gonna get this again. I never know if this is gonna happen again. I never know if they're gonna make another show. I have to watch it, right? And it's one of my favorite heroes. So that's probably the way that Starfield players feel about the game, that they like it. They're just like, I've been waiting for this so long, and it actually happened, and it's here. I don't care if it's bad. I just want to play it because it's here, and I'm going to enjoy whatever it is that I can because it's here, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna see it again, right? It's one of those things. So believe me, I understand.
It makes it the most disappointing. So much of what makes Bethesda RPGs magical was lost in the pursuit.
Yeah, don't remind me about that, Tracy, because I'm still mad. Now that you mention it, my anger is actually starting to come back. Thanks. I completely forgot about it until right now.
Of procedurally generated planets and automated content. So many of Starfield's issues could have been fixed if it was just scaled down, if the scope was smaller, more focused, if we got more handmade, curated dungeons, if they found ways to cut out the tedious, overwhelming loading screens. Maybe Starfield will get better with updates, but as of right now, I'm not sure if I'll ever go back.
I hate it. I hate that that's the... I truly despise that that's the current state of gaming. Maybe the game will get better with updates. This is the way gamers think now, guys. Maybe the game will get better with updates. I know I paid $70, but this game sucks and I can't get my refund because I don't actually own anything in this new age of gaming. And so I'm going to have to wait 3 years before this game's actually good when I really actually just want to play it right now. This is how gamers think, guys. And it's sad. And it's fucking sad. Maybe in 2 years the game will be better. Maybe after, like, I don't know, a year and a half worth of updates and patches, the game will be better. Instead of being ready right now. I hate this logic that gamers have adopted. Good God. So stupid. Just, oh my God. I'll get you some lube, man, so you can continue with the world-class butt fucking that you're getting from these developers, man. It's just... Christ.
Back for a second playthrough. Payday 3. What a tragic tale. Well, I called this game a certified banger that was based on a version that me and other content creators got to play.
Do not stare at the screen for more than 3 seconds.
And I can hear the developers, and I can hear the publishers, and I can hear the fucking suits talking now. Right? I can hear their conversation. Guys, it's working. They're caving. They're changing their mindset. They're coming along nicely. The grooming process is almost complete. At this point, they're okay with the game not being done. Everything's on schedule. The plan is intact. The plan will continue. Nothing has changed. We're doing good, ladies and gentlemen. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. Sad. Fucking sad.
Don't forget, this is the world.
It was not the version released to the public, which made me and other content creators look like we were shilling a broken game when none of us knew that's how the game would launch. I'd like to squash the rumors that I did some kind of paid review in this video. I didn't play the full game, so I
saw a couple of episodes, Noelani, and I liked it. actually, surprisingly, because I'm not a big fan of Superman. But I started watching and I liked what I saw. I liked the portrayal of Superman. Lois is not retarded. He's got kids. There's a whole dynamic of Clark dealing with his super children, which I like that idea as well. And I've also seen a couple of clips on YouTube. I've just been bored scrolling through shorts and like Superman shit pops up. So I've seen the episode where he fights Doomsday. And let me go ahead and tell you, man, it may be a TV show, but that fight in Superman and Lois with Doomsday was really, really good. Like, really good. Like, I enjoyed watching it. And for a TV show, the visual effects and the CGI was not bad. I was very impressed by that little fight that they had. And just a couple episodes, because I did start watching it. I started on season 1. I was gonna watch it. I was gonna give it a chance because naturally I hate Superman. But people kept telling me like, "Oh man, you'll like this version of Superman. He's not a complete total bitch boy like he is everywhere else." And I was like, okay. So I started it and I enjoyed what I saw. I didn't finish because there's still a whole bunch of shit that I'm currently watching, and there's still a lot of movies I need to catch up on. But from what I saw, it's a decent show. I don't have anything bad to say about it yet. Granted, I've only watched 3 episodes, but
didn't make a review. It's also unethical to do sponsored reviews. This is the only thing they told us to do. Raise awareness for the launch of
no, that day's over, Jeff. Those days are over. Can we go back to when you went to the store, bought the game, then went home and played the whole game and had fun? Those days are over. And to be honest, I can't actually remember when it happened. Actually, I do remember when it happened. When everything went to next gen. So remember, you had the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. Next gen was the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. I think that's when it started. Because you used to be able to just buy a game, put the disc in, hit play, and play it. Remember? And especially as kids, if you're my age or older, especially as kids, you put a game in, hit play. But these days, it's not that at all, man. You don't even press play. You click on the game, you download the game, you launch the game, you download an update and a day 1 patch like most games have, and then you get to play the game. And depending on your internet, those 3 things that I just mentioned can take you anywhere from 10 minutes to 8 hours to do that, depending on your internet and the speed of your console, right? So those days are over. They've been long gone. I think that the transition happened when we transitioned to next gen. Really. Because I remember the 360 days. I put the disc in, I turned the fucking game on, I launched it, I hit play, and I played. Even in the 360 days, that was the case. That doesn't exist anymore. That's over. That is so over.
Payday 3. That's it. So I could make whatever video I wanted about it, and that's the video I decided to make. And that's how I felt about Payday 3 at the time. So yeah,
there is a game that I really, really like that just recently got terminated. NBA Jam. I don't know if you guys remember NBA Jam, but NBA Jam was such a popular, iconic game that Microsoft decided to put it on Xbox 360 and next gen. Man, I played NBA Jam originally back in the day, and then I played it on the Xbox 360, and then I played it on the Xbox One. And I love that game. I've been playing that game for like I think my whole life off and on. NBA Jam. So like
This video was not a review. it was first impressions. My big mistake was not putting in a big enough disclaimer near the start that said, hey, this may not be representative of what the full game is like at release. And for that, I apologize. Payday 3 was broken, even in the public early access beta, which by the
I used cartridges. I played games that didn't have discs, man. I played the Game Boy. I played N64. Technically, that goddamn the Sega Dreamcast that just had cartridges. The GameCube, I think the GameCube did have a disc, but it was like the size of my dip can. You remember the GameCube discs? They were discs, but they weren't. They were like this big compared to the actual size of a disc, which is like that big around. But
the way the beta came out like 10 days before launch. And as a newcomer to the series, I wasn't aware of the many downgrades from Payday 2. In a baffling decision, Starbreeze elected to make the game online.
I mean, look at the bright side though. Payday may have been a failure, but I'm willing to step out on a limb and say that it was still leaps and bounds better than that bullshit that Battlefield tried to do with Hardline. Remember where you played cops and robbers? That shit was so garbage. Oh my god. Oh my god, that shit was so bad. So, bright side, I feel like this might be better than that.
Online only, which becomes a big fucking problem if your servers don't work. Overall, Payday 3 was a massive disappointment for everyone involved, myself included, and I wish they had delayed it or been honest with us about the state it would release in. We'll see what happens, but for now...
They can't be honest about anything because then you won't buy it. They just can't. Really. Lie, lie, lie. Until you make your money, and then when you make your money, then you unload the truth. That's how they all do it. That's how they all do it.
You're probably better off playing Payday 2. CD Projekt Red has spent years and reported...
No, not Dreamcast. I'm sorry. I said Dreamcast. I meant Sega Saturn. The Sega Saturn did not take discs. I don't think. But the Dreamcast did. I had the Dreamcast. I had the Sega Saturn. What else? I had the PlayStation 2, I think. Which got smashed into a million pieces. The OG Game Boy is what I started on. And then Dreamcast, Saturn, a lot of Sega, really. Then I got my PS2, and then after my PS2 got shattered into a million pieces, I stopped gaming up until... Like, I had a PS2 like around 15, and then I lost that PS2. And then I completely stopped gaming up until I turned 19. So from the ages of 15 to 19, I did no gaming at all whatsoever. And then when I was 19, I was overseas and I was bored in Italy. So I went to the PX and bought an Xbox and bought Modern Warfare 2. And that's when I started gaming again. So, anyways, I can't even remember what the fuck sparked that. Let's go.
$62 million budget to repair their image, and that of Cyberpunk. From the sounds of it, they have succeeded. In the eyes of many, they've completed their redemption.
I did have the Genesis as well. Yeah, I completely forgot about that one. Man, Sega really did dominate back then, man. They really did. And then fucking Microsoft and Sony came in and were like, nah. Nah, you ain't doing that.
Redemption arc with Phantom Liberty, and it appears the DLC is an improvement to the base game in virtually every category. I'll make a video about it someday. And
you know what I thought was also trash? Cyberpunk. And I say that just because this game right here kind of reminds me of it.
Eyes of many, they've completed their redemption arc with Phantom Liberty, and it appears the DLC is an improvement to the base game.
Cyberpunk was so bad, bro. This shit pissed me off, man. I should have known too. I really should have known because I'm smarter than that. I should have seen the writing on the wall, bro. They were selling us Keanu Reeves. They weren't selling us a video game. They were selling us Keanu. That's...
in virtually every category. I'll make a video about it someday and bring back Johnny Acting Hand. If you thought Gollum game was bad, Skull Island Rise of Kong is here to shatter your concept of reality.
Oh Christ, this was a game? Holy.
The budget for this game apparently was $3, and it clearly shows. I don't know what's more impressive, that this game launched on every platform, or that they're charging $40 for this pig slop. Apparently, Rise of Kong had a rush development, and the developers were forced to crunch? What the fuck for? What was the rush? Who was desperately awaiting this game?
I was just about to say that. Who even asked for a... Again, I've never watched a King Kong movie and thought to myself, this should be a video game. And matter of fact, I'm retarded because it's already a video game. It's called Donkey Kong. What are you doing? What a waste of time. Oh my god.
They didn't even finish the cutscenes. What did you think was going to happen when you launched the game like this?
That's trash.
Rise of Kong is doubly bad because it's not nearly as cringe and funny as Forspoken and Redfall. You can only tell one...
Honestly, this little gorilla here kind of reminds me of the evil apes from the movie Congo. You remember that movie, The Congo? Where they go to this fucking jungle somewhere in like Africa or South America, and they end up they're looking for like diamonds, and they end up finding this civilization of fucking killer apes and shit. That's what he looks like. He looks like the bad ape.
Nearly as cringe and funny as Forspoken and Redfall. You can only tell one joke about this game. Wow, it really sucks. It still amazes me sometimes that Nintendo continues to innovate the Mario franchise even after almost 40 years of games.
I love the way he did this video, actually, and it didn't really hit me until right now. So each segment, one's a good game, one's a bad game, one's a good game, one's a bad game, and I'm so glad he did it like that, because if I would have had to go like bad game after bad game after bad game, I would have just kept getting pissed off. So I'm glad he did it like this.
Games. When there is a fine edition...
Hold on, had Nintendo. I didn't have... My cousins had it. Super Nintendo, I never had Super Nintendo. My cousins had it. And I played on their Nintendos, but I didn't have my own. N64, I had that. Sega Genesis had that. Game Boy had that. Xbox One had that. PS2 had that. And PS5. Yeah. I don't even know if I would if I would still have my PS2 had it not got trashed, but okay, yeah, that is what we like to call an outlier, Mysterious. The Fallout series is fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal, man. And it's one of those TV shows that was made about a video game. And it's so good that the people that... It's almost like Last of Us. There's so many people that are watching Fallout right now that don't even know that it's a video game. There's so many people watching Fallout right now that have never even played the video games. That's how good it is. I love that series. I cannot wait for season 2.
To the series. It's like playing a regular Mario Bros. Game, but on acid. A lot of fun. Another year, another Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 3, however, broke new ground by becoming the lowest rated game in a series that produced...
Modern Warfare 3 is the worst rated game in Call of Duty history. Guys, when I talk shit about Call of Duty, I'm not just saying these things to say it. And I'm not saying these things to be toxic. And I'm not saying these things to be a dick. I'm literally telling you the truth. From the outside looking in. And I don't even want to say from the outside because I've played Call of Duty before. I've played most of the titles except for everything that came after Infinite Warfare. Because it's just shit. It's just shit. It's just... I'm not the only person that has grievances with this game. I think that I stopped liking Call of Duty after Black Ops 3. I didn't even play Black Ops 4. But I think Infinite Warfare came out. I played Infinite Warfare and it was so bad. It was so terrible. Man. Advanced Warfare. See, this is just one of those things. I liked Advanced Warfare. Everybody else unanimously hated it. Advanced Warfare. Everybody thought it was dog shit. I loved Advanced Warfare, right? But I'm not the only one that says these things about Call of Duty, bro. I'm not just making this shit up, and I'm not trying to just like, you know, piss you off or piss any of you off by saying something about your favorite game, but this is the majority speaking here, bro. It's not just me. It's not just another content creator. It's not just some fucking random Twitch streamer that plays COD. This is the majority of people that say this shit. Really. And it's sad too, because the majority feels this way, but this game continues to dominate and sell, really. Even though it's the worst rated, I'm pretty sure they still made plenty of money via the store, because they're not making money via the actual game, I guess. I don't know. You have to supplement your revenue somewhere.
Used Vanguard and Ghosts. Luckily, the multiplayer has a strong appeal to hardcore.
You like the story mode for what? For which game? And on top of that, another reason why I never got into the I played the campaign for like 1 or 2 Call of Duties. 1 or 2. Out of all the Call of Duties I've played, I've only played the campaign 1 or 2 times. I can't remember what the games are. I think Modern Warfare 2 I played the campaign, and the OG Modern Warfare I played the campaign. And I think that was it as far as the campaigns I played. And I played CODs before that. I just didn't play the campaign. I just wanted to experience the multiplayer because I had never played World at War before I started playing Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, so I just went back once I started up again and played all the games that preceded that. And the reason that I never really gravitated to the mission, to the story modes in Call of Duty is because they are very linear, bro. Like run here, run down this hallway, run down this street, run down this village. You can't go left, you can't go right, you can't really flank, you have to just go in this one direction, right? And I don't like that. And as far as campaigns for like war games, Battlefield is superior in every single way, bro, when it comes to a campaign, and it comes to a story, and it comes to what you can do in this sort. Like, bro, in Battlefield, the environment is destructible, man. Not so much in 2042 because they kind of like just screwed the pooch there. But like Battlefield Bad Company, bro, if there was like enemies inside of a building, instead of killing the enemies with your gun, you can just shoot a grenade at it or an RPG, and you can destroy the whole building, and everyone in that building dies. It's amazing. You can't do that in Call of Duty, man. I just the campaigns in Battlefield are just leaps and bounds better than anything Call of Duty could ever do. But that's just my opinion.
Casual fans. Sledgehammer are updating it constantly and doing their best to make fans happy. We're not going to talk about the campaign though. Not only did we get a trailer for a 1,000 Year Door remake.
Awaken to a world of wonder.
What is a game you wish you could play for the first time again? Oh, that's a... Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. I wish I could play that game again for the first time. I wish I could play that game again for the first time. That, is one of my all-time favorite games. And do you want to hear the saddest part? Is that game is actually getting remastered. As I live and breathe and speak right now, that game is getting remastered and it's going to release on the PlayStation. Exclusively on the PlayStation. Because when it came out 20 plus years ago, it was only on the PlayStation. This game has never once existed on Xbox. And I don't have a fucking PlayStation. You see my dilemma? And I'm sorry, but I love the game. And I wish I could play it again for the first time, but I am not about to fucking fork out $400 just to play one game. That's not even worth it. I love the game. I wish I could play it again for the first time, but the only way to play it is to have a PlayStation. I don't have one. And even a PlayStation 4 is still pricey. Just to play a game, like, nah. Oh shit. Super Mario RPG remake?
RPG also got a remake. Truly a blessed year for Mario fans. This year, Rockstar officially announced.
I think that Mario fans, y'all are set for the rest of y'all's lives. And your children's lives. And their children's lives. We will never not have Mario, and I don't think that Mario will ever not be popular. You know what I'm saying? It's just too iconic of a game. It's too big of a game. It's too popular of a game that they can make content on this game for the rest of fucking eternity. Really. And people will still love it. People will still buy it. People will still enjoy it. It's just one of those things. I'm not into Mario anymore. Today, anyway. I played it when I was a kid, but I don't love it like other people do. People still play Mario to this day. I don't, but
GTA 6 and put out a trailer that gained more views in a matter of days than the GTA 5 trailer did in a decade. You don't have to be Nostradamus to predict that GTA 6 is going to have the biggest video game launch of all time. And
I honestly don't think this game will flop, to be honest. I think that when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 6, I don't think this game's gonna flop. I don't think it can. Yeah, no, I just don't foresee that. I don't foresee this game flopping. And even if it does, so many people will be playing it and buying it right off rip that they will make up most of their money that went into development, and I'm almost pretty sure that they will make even more than that to where they're comfortable, to where even if the game is trash and people don't want to buy from the store, they will still break even or just be in the black for the most part and be fine. And then it just steadies out. The player count and the revenue just steadies out after that. Even if this game flops, it won't flop like other games. Other games, they flop, you never see this game again. Ever, man. But with Grand Theft Auto, if this game flops, it still lives, I feel. It still lives because there's so many people that are hyped for this game, love this game, live and breathe and bleed by this game, right? So, just like we were talking about earlier, they're gonna play it because it's what they know, it's what they love. Even if it's bad, they're willing to look past it because Grand Theft Auto 6. I've been wanting to play Grand Theft Auto 6 for fucking years, right? You know, so even if the game flops, it doesn't flop. It's weird on how to explain it.
I'm excited to see what Rockstar has been cooking for the last however many years. And this happens every time with a new GTA. You already know, 6 is going to spark the most annoying discourse you've ever heard around a video game. Last, but certainly most least, 2023 ended with one of the worst video games.
I don't play wrestling games, American Brown Guy, at all. So, no. I think PS6 will be the last PlayStation console. No. You honestly think that Sony is going to be like, you know what? We don't need to work on a PlayStation 7. We could just make it just like the PlayStation 6 and sell it for more money. Dumbasses will buy it, right? They're not done making PlayStation, bro. You really think they're going to cut themselves off of that basically free revenue? It's basically free. There's nothing that the PlayStation 6 will do, or actually, there's nothing that the PlayStation 5 Pro will do that the PlayStation 5 already can't, outside of being able to see grass and leaves slightly more clearly. That's about it. They're not going to give up making the PlayStation, I don't think. Unless they actually said it and confirmed it, but I don't think they're going to give up the PlayStation, bro. That's free revenue. That's free money, man. And the PlayStation 5 Pro doesn't differ that much from the PlayStation 5 normal variant. So, and the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to sell, right? So, if you can sell a console, a brand new console, for even more money than the last console, and you didn't really make that many more changes to it, and people still buy it, why would you ever stop making them? PlayStation is going to keep being made, just like Xboxes are going to keep being made. It's going to turn into the iPhone, essentially. That's it.
Games ever made. The day before, one of the most brazen scam rug pulls the industry has ever
Wow, it looks just like The Division.
Seen. Every time we've thought video games had hit a new low, another studio came out this year to dig the hole deeper. And fantastic.
Well, that right there doesn't. That kind of looks like Far Cry something, but
has hit bedrock. We cannot get any lower, any worse than this. The studio shut down 4 days after the game released, and Steam has taken the unprecedented move of automatically refunding everyone who purchased it. To my knowledge, they have never done that before. The day before rightfully earns worst game of 2023. But in their brutality, the gods of gaming demanded one final sacrifice. The Electronic Entertainment Expo
EA
has been canceled permanently. This is
thank God. Thank God. EA. Let me see if I heard that right.
the day before rightfully earns worst game of 2023. But in their brutality, the gods of gaming demanded one final sacrifice. The Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Oh, never mind. That's not EA. It's just the Expo. Okay. I heard EA. Sorry.
Has been canceled permanently. This is really sad. I never got to go to E3 in person. It was like the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. E3. Yeah, E3 was canceled. Pretty much. And E3... They should have known that E3 had a shelf life, really, because what does E3 do, right? E3 basically allows publishers, developers, and studio heads to go to this event and promote their game, right? But in the digital age of the internet and YouTube and Twitch and all these other things, to where you can reach your customer and your fans very, very easy, E3 is like a middleman that's no longer needed anymore. Now, I feel like that's why they got canceled. Or that's why they shut down this event, because they were essentially the middleman that we no longer need. You know, back in the day, we had Game Informer. Remember the Game Informer magazines? Well, E3 made Game Informer obsolete. And now, something else is making E3 obsolete. And it's the internet. Really, I can't believe they actually made it this far, to be honest.
For gamers, you know? A celebration of everything awesome we love about this hobby. So many iconic hype as fuck moments happen during these shows. So many incredible game reveals and trailers. All good things must come to an end, and after more than 25 years, E3 has been retired for good. Partly due to...
And I think it's also partly due to, like, the fact that I think a lot of these studio heads and developers would rather just promote their games on their own instead of paying E3, right? There's probably some other underlying issues there, but I'm theorizing, so.
The COVID knocking things off track and all these studios wanting to have their own press release on their own terms, I understand why E3 was canceled. Doesn't make it any better though. But I'd hate to...
It's not a complete loss for me because I never watched E3 to begin with. Because I used to work at GameStop once upon a time, man, so... Back in those days, I was pretty much in tune and had my ear to the ground on everything that was releasing or getting ready to be released or in the process of being made. I just had all that inside information. I didn't really need to watch E3. And on the times that I did watch E3, I never watched it live. I would watch it like the next day and I would just look for timestamps for whatever game I was looking for, really. So
end this year on such a sour note. 2023 may have been one of the best years in gaming.
oh, Elden Ring, right?
Honestly, I'd say it's got to be in the top 3. It was a year of extremes. We saw the best and the
no, I thought I thought there was one more. Never mind.
absolute worst that this industry is capable of. I'm excited for 2024, but I doubt we're going to see as many exciting games. I just want to take a moment to thank.
Oh, no, thank you. And I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you did the video the way that you did it. Because if it would have had to, if it was bad game after bad game after bad game, Jesus, I would have been hanging on by a thread. That was just, But no, I said everything I needed to say, man. The fucking gaming industry is just... It's not like I remember it, and it pisses me off. Because I love gaming, and it's like a passion of mine. It's like a passion / hobby of mine. And to see what it was, and to see what it is, it's just, you know, I feel that we live in a time where for every 10 games that are made by the gaming industry, 9 of them are bad and only 1 of them is good. That's kind of how I feel about gaming. Really. It's just so much trash gets put out. You know, it's just like, it's trash, Skyrim. Trash, literally anything from Software. Trash, Elden Ring. Trash, something else. Trash. And the ratio is just so much trash to not enough good. And that's just the way I look at it. That's the way I see it. That's the way my eyeballs see it. That's the way my brain sees it. Is that when it comes to gaming, you're having to wade through so much bullshit just to find something good that it's just like, I'm tired of looking. I'm tired of fucking. And that's why I love the game that I play right now, man. Warframe. It keeps my attention. There's so much fucking content. You never run out of shit to do. The game is free. It gets free updates. It gets updated regularly. I know last week, I think that game got updated like 5 times in 1 week. Small little patches that don't even give you downtime in the game. It just forces you to crash it and relaunch it. That's it. And it's just, I don't know. And I wish I could say that a lot of these games were bad because they were woke. That'd be an easy pill to swallow. Oh, you're woke? Fine. Garbage. Not playing it. But no, these games are just genuinely bad. It has nothing to do with woke, they just suck. That's it. That's even worse. That's even worse. I'd rather you go woke than just simply suck at your job. Really. And some of these games, bro, you just suck. You just suck. That's it. It's okay. I'm just getting tired of everything sucking for like 10 releases and then 1 out of those 10 is good. It's just like, come on, bro. All right, we actually should have watched this video. Why are AAA games getting worse? That's because gamers keep accepting bullshit and not saying anything about it or not acting on it. That's why. That's literally the answer. 24 minutes of a video and I just gave you the answer in 2 seconds. That's because gamers never learn, man. That's it. They don't. So they're getting worse because gamers are allowing the industry to do all this bullshit. That's it. And when you allow the industry to get away with bullshit, the industry is going to think, they don't really hate this too much, so let's just keep doing it. There you go. Gaming sucks. Gaming sucks because a lot of gamers, you allowed them to make gaming this way. You allowed it. You allowed it. And now you're probably sitting here thinking, I didn't actually say that. You don't actually have to say it. You paid for it. You bought it. You're playing it. That's all they see. It's all they see is the fact that you bought it, you played it, and you're still playing it. Give a fuck what you think. They don't give a fuck what you say. You don't actually have to say it. The fact that you're engaging with it, and all they're saying is like, well, they don't hate it. Let's keep doing it. They keep buying it. Let's keep doing it. They keep engaging with the product. Let's keep doing it. It's garbage what we're doing, but let's keep doing it because they're not getting mad. They haven't stopped playing the game. They haven't quit the game. They're still using the store. They're still playing, right? So why should we change? Dumb gamers, man. That's it. It's your fault, actually. It is 100% your fault. And I'm to blame too because I've fallen into the same traps, but wake the fuck up. That's all I'm saying. Wake the fuck up. That's it. That's just me, though. And it'll never get better, and it'll never change because every single day a brand new sucker is born. Right? So whether me and all of you say, fuck all this is dumb, blah, 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 we're out, it doesn't matter. Because 10 more people are going to be born to replace us that left. So they're never going to know, right? They lose players, but every single day, a new sucker is born that's going to play their game, fall into the same traps that we fell into, and that person is going to waste, I don't know, 1 to 2 years of their life playing this fucking bullshit, and then after that, they will be in the same spot that I'm in right now. And it's a never-ending cycle. That's it. That's why they don't have to change. That's why they don't want to change. And that's why they're not going to change no matter how much we scream about it. Because guess what? We're still giving them money. We're still paying them. We're still playing their game. And that's all they see. They can't read your mind. All they see is statistics on a computer screen. 7 hours played. 8 hours played. 12 hours played. This person spent $50. This person spent $100. Why should we change what we're doing if it's working? But gamers, y'all don't really do a good job of telling these motherfuckers that it's not working. So in their head, they're doing the right thing. Because you're leading them to an assumption that they're doing the right thing when they're actually not doing the right thing, yet you continue to reward that bad thing. So it is 100% your fault why AAA games suck dick. If your girlfriend cheats on you and you find out and you don't do anything about it or break up with her or yell at her or belittle her or make her feel bad for cheating and she cheats again, that's your fault. You could have stopped that shit, but you didn't. Now she's going to cheat again and again and again and again because you did nothing the first time. You said nothing. She thinks she can get away with it, and so she's going to keep doing it. Open your fucking brain, gamers. Or just keep wasting your money. It's not my money. Go ahead, do it, whatever. I wish I would stop. I wish I would stop because then it would make my gaming experience better. But y'all aren't gonna, huh? Ooh, new skin. Ooh, new operator. But what about the story? Fuck the story. New skin. Okay. All right. Bet. You done showed the gaming industry where your priorities lie. And then they give you that and you're upset. You done told them. Told them what you wanted. They gave it to you and you're still unhappy? Should pay attention. Okay, that's done with that. Oh, I gotta go to the store after this. Let's see. We got. If 32 ever shows up, we'll do his. When Tracy gets back, we can do hers. But for right now, we'll do this one. Unbelievable stories. Let's see. Unbelievable stories. Where's the one that's 714? I think you put the wrong time. I think it's this one. And no, it's not 7 minutes. It's 9 minutes. Well, it's fine. We'll do it. You probably fucked up the time on that. It's fine. I never heard anyone boycott a game. Oh, it almost happened actually. It almost happened actually. Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5 released a trailer where they had a female with a purple mohawk, a prosthetic limb, running through the battlefield, killing people with a mace. And I was just like, I don't think that's accurate, and Battlefield games are supposed to be accurate, and that's not at all. And so people said that, and you know what the CEO said? The CEO said, well, if you don't fucking like it, don't buy it. And guys, guess what happened? Guess what happened after that? Whatever your guess was, you're probably right. Oh, and then a month later, after he got his bonus as CEO, he resigned. He left the company. Oh, I gotta check that. That's annoying. That's getting on my nerves. Guys, give me 1 second. I gotta check something real quick. Give me a second. I keep getting fucking... I'm so tired of getting this fucking message. Fucking see what's actually here. Give me 1 moment. One moment, guys. I'm sorry. You know what? Give me a second. 1 sec, dudes. Dudes, I have to do some shit. I gotta go. I have to knock out. I have to do this shit for like my fucking bank because something's fucked up. I gotta do some shit and I gotta deal with my niece. I'm sorry, this will be a short stream. We'll do another variety stream tomorrow. I really got to take care of this because this is a problem that I have to fix like right now. So, yeah. I'll be back. Yeah, I just gotta fix some shit, dude. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll do another variety stream tomorrow to get all this stuff up. I have to knock this stuff out. This is like important shit that I just got a notification about. So I have to do this. So give me a sec. Yeah, just I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. Just love y'all. My bad. I'm sorry. We'll get back to it. I got to do this now though and get it